His name was Michael Turner, an American soldier deployed to the Middle East. He came from a small town in Texas. Michael grew up in a conservative Christian family, but as he got older, he began questioning many things. His faith became blurry, and deep inside, questions lingered, questions no one could really answer. In 2006, Michael was stationed in Iraq as part of a peacekeeping force. He didn't fully believe in the political motives behind the war, but to him, duty was duty. He had to serve his country. Almost every night, gunfire and explosions pierced the air. Dust filled the skies, and the faces of the local people were etched with fear. Amid this chaos, Michael lived his days with an empty heart. He began to feel hollow, as if his soul was drying up, void of hope. One scorching afternoon, his unit was assigned to sweep through a village recently hit by an airstrike. Their mission was to ensure there were no hidden threats. Among the rubble of a destroyed house, Michael noticed something strange, a single page that looked clean, untouched by the dust or flames that had consumed everything around it. He bent down and picked it up. It was a torn page from a holy book. The writing was in Arabic, which he couldn't read. But in the lower corner, there was an English translation, just a few lines of verse, which turned out to be from Surah Al-Baqarah. This is the book about which there is no doubt, a guidance for those conscious of Allah. Qur'an 2:2. Michael read the line again. Something about it stuck in his mind, a book without doubt. He had never read anything that made such a bold statement. As someone who constantly doubted, those words struck him deeply. He folded the page and kept it in his pocket. In the weeks that followed, Michael couldn't stop thinking about that verse. During his free time, he began searching for an English translation of the Quran online. At first, it was just curiosity, but the more he read, the more he felt a strange sense of peace, something he hadn't experienced in a long time. He learned about the prophets, Moses, Jesus, and also Muhammad, peace be upon them, names he had known from the Bible, but now he was seeing their stories from a different perspective. At first, it confused him. Then it humbled him. Through it all, one thing was clear: this message didn't judge him, it invited him. Michael began trying to fast, not because he was told to, but because he wanted to feel what it meant to restrain himself, just as Islam taught. He stopped drinking alcohol. He began pulling away from things that clouded his mind and heart. He tried praying. At first, it was just sitting silently under the night sky. But one night, after reading Surah Al-Ikhlas, he cried. The tears came without warning. Say, He is Allah, the One, Allah, the eternal refuge. He neither begets nor is born, nor is there to him any equivalent. There, in the desert, far from home, surrounded by ruin and war, Michael found God, not as a concept, but as a presence that filled the silence with meaning. Finally, on a quiet evening, with only a local translator named Yusuf by his side, a man who had quietly noticed the change in Michael, he uttered the Shahada, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Yusuf embraced him, his eyes welling up. Welcome, my brother. Michael, who now chose the name Mikhail, felt reborn. All the doubts, the anger, the emptiness that had once haunted him disappeared. All because of one torn page of the Quran lying in the ruins of a small house. Months later, Michael returned to America. He was no longer the same person. He came back not only as a war veteran, but as a Muslim. His family was shocked, even opposed his decision. But with patience and gentleness, Michael showed them the change in his character, calmer, more honest, more grounded. Slowly, His family began to accept that his spiritual journey was not a phase, but the result of a sincere search. Today, he is active in a local Muslim community, helping fellow veterans cope with trauma and sharing his story with anyone willing to listen. Sometimes, guidance comes from the most unexpected places, even from a torn page nearly blown away by the wind. But for a soul that truly seeks truth, even the smallest piece of revelation can become a light that changes everything.